Have you ever found yourself suddenly thinking about something from years ago? Maybe a place you visited, a moment at school, or even a small experience that somehow stayed in your memory until today? Sometimes these memories come without warning. A smell, a sound, or even a simple word can take you back in time for a few seconds. And when that happens, it feels like you are living that moment all over again. Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to AZ Languages. I'm Bella, and I'm really happy to have you here with me for another listening practice session. As always, just relax, listen carefully, and follow the natural flow of English as we go through today's topic together. Today's topic is something almost everyone enjoys. We're talking about memories from the past. Now, before we begin, think about this for a moment. If you had to choose just a few moments from your life that you could remember clearly forever, what would they be? Maybe a trip, a special day, a friendship, or a moment where you felt really proud or really free. Memories are powerful. They shape how we see ourselves, and sometimes they stay with us for life. So today, I want to share a few personal memories and experiences that stand out in my mind. Not because they were always perfect, but because they were meaningful in one way or another. Let's start with one of the earliest ones. When I was about 13 years old, I went on a trip to Hawaii. Now, I had actually been to Hawaii a few times, but this particular trip was special for a different reason. It was one of the first times I traveled without my parents. I went with a friend and his family, and we stayed in a hotel right near Waikiki Beach in Honolulu. Just imagine that for a moment. A beautiful island, warm weather, the ocean right across the street, and a week away from school. For a teenager, it felt like a dream. I didn't really do anything extremely unusual on that trip. There were no big adventures or dramatic events, but what made it unforgettable was the feeling of independence. Being away from home, traveling with friends, and experiencing a new place without my parents made everything feel exciting and new. Even simple things like walking to the beach or eating breakfast at the hotel. Now, perhaps one of the most meaningful memories I have is connected to travel and language. In 2013, I took part in a language exchange program in Mexico. This was the first time I had ever traveled alone to another country. And I want to be honest with you, it wasn't easy at first. I arrived in a place where I didn't speak the language well. I stayed with a couple who didn't speak English, and suddenly I had to communicate in a completely new way. The first few days were difficult. I struggled to understand people, and I often felt lost or unsure of myself. Simple daily situations felt challenging. But little by little, things started to change. Day by day, I began to understand more. I started learning the language naturally through daily life. I made new friends, I adapted to the environment, and slowly, I started to feel more comfortable. That experience taught me something important. Growth often comes from discomfort. When things feel difficult at first, it doesn't mean you are failing. It usually means you are learning. And interestingly, that trip also brought a very personal connection into my life. I met someone very important to me during that time, and even now, I still remember many of the places where we spent time together. Sometimes, memories are not just about places or events. They are about people and the connections we form. When I think back on all these experiences, I realize something. Memories are not just old stories. They are parts of who we are. Some are exciting, some are simple, and some are challenging. But together, they create the time